morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. Currently just got onto the 5 freeway and I'm driving to Alpine, California for a Con Ed or continuing education class for CERT that I did. And yes, it's up in Alpine, but it's good hours there. And I'm hoping continue to get this training. It might set me up for maybe future different position working there. Good morning or good evening. I'm on my way to CERT training. It's in Alpine, California. It's a disaster preparedness training. So I'm showing the drive there. Everybody can see the scenery. And it'll be it's an okay drive. So I can get besides just driving me going to work or otherwise. This is other scenery. I might be heading up toward getting the sun in there, so I'm sorry if it gets kind of glare from the sun. I will be heading east on the 8th, so I want to show everybody a different part of San Diego, not just me going to work all the time. So good morning. Hard time for me to see driving came in, but I just want to say good morning. It is good morning. I can barely see because one thing about having people moderated blue, it's hard to see when I get the sun here. Got that little bit of glare here, but like I said, I'm going to Alpine. Alpine was a little closer when we had our earthquake, so if there's any Julian aftershocks, I might get a small little rattle, but nothing serious. And I'm not worried about it. But they get a 4-hour training here at the Alpine Library, so I said, well, I want to go to the training. So more training you can get. You can never get too much training here. And so now I'm heading along the 54. Then I'll be going to the 125 to 80s, and I'll be going to Alpine, California. Usually my drives are just coming to work either the Strand or the bridge, but I actually got different scenery here, so maybe others will see that. Good. It's hard for me to see who comes in because I get the sun on me here. I hopefully the glare doesn't become too bad for everybody. Sorry if it does. I want to make sure that that you can see a different route than just be going to work all the time. Oh, okay, going to the base. So here, I'm actually going out East County. So different scenery. Like a little bit about grass. You can see what I mean about the sun. I'm sorry that the sun's glaring here. Just the time of day. Going on 8 o'clock. So this is the 54 East going by Plaza Bonita Centerway, which is the exit for the mall. So those who want to go to Plaza Bonita Mall can go this way or on 805. Usually I'm just showing my Highway 5 drive when I'm going using the bridge. Show scenery there because I like the fog. It's weird, but I like the fog on the bridge because the lights make it look so good. So if it's a little foggy, I might go that way if it's early enough in the mornings. If it takes too long to get to the bridge, it's hard getting to the base. And I've gone up the Strand, so it's looked nice there. But I had the training here. I said, well, I'm going to show everybody actual training, live training. Any questions? I can see that across there where I don't have the sun glaring in my eyes. I is south. You don't know, this is southern San Diego. We have regular San Diego City. And then we have National City going south. Then we have Chula Vista, and then we go to South San Diego. And after you hit South San Diego, if you go west, you hit Imperial Beach. And if you go up the Strand, or you go west from San Diego City itself over the bridge, you hit Coronado. I live down in the Otay side of San Diego. So when I had this training here, I was like, you know, I'm going to do a video, but I think maybe people want to actually see it live and have me narrate it where I'm going, what I'm doing. So I said I'll just put this live, and then I will point out landmarks and points of interest, what I see there, and tell I'm coming up to this point so somebody can try to take a look. And like the fires, I'll try to tilt my phone in a direction so we can show you something. But hey, thank you for being here. It's going to be like a, you know, more than 30 more minutes driving there. So, you know, I know just people coming on for a minute or two, that's cool. I really don't need, you know, great people to spend the whole time watching just a freeway drive. It's not like it's a short drive going to work. It's going to be a longer drive. But like I said, this is where our 54 transitions to the 125 north. I think I got a speed demon behind me, so I'm going to get over. Because sometimes people here get upset if you don't pull over. They see you coming up and you don't pull over, and then they end up, you know, cutting in front of you just right, real close in front of you. So I go over when I see people coming up. So I be courteous to others. It's kind of to me, it's a help be a road rage prevention. You go over, they see you go over, so they don't get mad and then pull in front of you like a real close. So it looks like they're exiting up here at Hammershaw Boulevard. Hammershaw Boulevard, that's where we have our Spring Valley swap meet here on weekends here. Spring Valley here, back when we had our wildfires in 07. You can see it here off to the right. Fire there. Luckily they had kind of a lake at the time. They had water there, which helps spread, keep the spread of the fire going. As I'm in the Spring Valley area, going down Grove. I'll be staying on here until I get to the you can either 94 or stay on 125 north, and then you stay on 125 north, it'll take you to 8 east. 8 east is, I'm afraid that the sun's going to be shining a lot there, because I'll be doing it more east. Here I'm going partially east because I have the sun diagonal of me. So I'm a little bit of like northeast or east by northeast I'm going now. I'll be turning more easterly, and then I'm going to get the sun. So I'm hoping the sun is off to the side, so anybody that wants to come in and see doesn't get glared by the sun. But yeah, here's just a drive right here. Every time I see somebody else come on, I'll say hello and describe where we're at. So thank you for being here. Good morning or good afternoon. I'm not sure your time frame, or good evening. I see a couple of quick logins and logs off. They're probably swiping through the lives, looking for different ones. So that's cool. I find different lives that I do that, and I cite channels I like. So I'm not offended if people just go on for a few seconds because they're swiping through. So, and people already said hello, responded, so they're cool. On the 125 north again. The transition maps were either the 94 or the 125, so I'm continuing on 125 north. I think I'm heading to 8 east, so I got more of the sun on here, so hopefully it doesn't affect this. On my way to Alpine, California for a CERT training, Community Emergency Response Team training. That's what they call a CONED, continuing education. Good training. CERT is usually training is usually given by the city's fire departments. I would say if you're interested in something like a CERT, it shows you how to be prepared for disasters, what to do in the case of a disaster here, how to help your family out. Even if you want to go as far as being a emergency response team member, it's good training there. So to find it, go to your city's website, look up CERT training, or just Google. In my case, I type in San Diego CERT and it shows me how to get to the CERT training site. But a lot of cities do that. I know LA, San Diego. I'm not sure about what I'll see, but the big cities will probably do it. And so I'm on 8. Sorry if the glare comes in here because I'm going east, so I have a lot of the sun coming on here. So now I'm on an 8 east on a scenic drive here. I usually would just show the morning drives coming over the Coronado Bridge or going up the Silver Strand. But since I'm going here, I was like, well, let me show everybody the more scenery going to East County. We got our mountains and hills out here. I mean, they're not really too high to be considered mountains, but hills scenery. More you get out of the city, the more scenery you see. I see more greenery here than I do probably. I mean, it's all day long. This is what they call East County. Anyway, CERT training, like I said, stands for Community Emergency Response Team. Like I said, it'll help you out, tell you what to do for disasters for your family. I'm not sure about other cities, but San Diego doesn't charge you for it. They don't require you to be a community member. It's for training for everybody. Because the more training that the public can get, the better you can function or survive before response comes and help. Because in a major disaster, the first responders are going to be thinned out so much it's going to be hard for them to get responses to you. So it's better to have some kind of training yourself. 72 hours is a long time, especially if you've got hurt, something's going on. So here they show you how to what to prepare for in your house. Make sure you have supplies here. They give you get some basic first aid there. You don't get no open heart surgery, tracheotomy, but you get training there. And if you want to go pursue being a CERT member, they'll give you additional training like I'm going to right now. I'm going to disaster preparedness training. It's called the 4 stages of disasters. And so 4-hour training session at the Alpine Library in Alpine, California. And so being I'm an actual, I got my requirements to become a CERT community member, and it wasn't just for the training, so I could go to these con eds, which I said stands for continuing education. I could see these here and do this, and I could actually get the training, which probably would cost people money if you try to get training elsewhere. But I'm a CERT member here, and if helping out your neighbors is something you might like doing, then look into that. I mean, you can still help out your neighbors without being CERT, but CERT gives you pointers, gives you training, and it's a pretty good training. It was 5 different days normally. I went to my CERT Academy last year around Thanksgiving, and because of the Veterans Day, we had 4. So we basically crammed all our training into 4 days. And not to just tout and brag about my class, but I had a pretty good class there. I mean, they were really on the spot there, knowing their stuff. I helped out at the other academy, CERT Academy 48, and there were a lot less people, but they did pretty good. And if they had as many people as I had in my class, they may have given us a run for the money. So people think outside the box, different ways to do it. So I did that. I said, I'm going to keep doing this. So they after you become an actual member, they give you a backpack with this supplies, but you still put your supplies in there as well. You get the basic supplies of like how to shut off the wrench, to shut off the gas. Because in a disaster there, yes, you're going to take care of your family, but you also want to help out around, because we have gas ruptures. When fires go on, it keeps going on. But with gas ruptures, you wouldn't want a house, even two houses down from you, exploding, because then fires will go everywhere, can spread the house next door to yours and then to yours afterwards, and just keep moving on. So, by the way, I'm going to El Cajon, California right now. Now I'm heading up the hill toward Alpine. But it's good to have the training there, knowing what to do. If you don't know how to shut off your water or your gas, just go outside and look for your connections. You have one by your house, and you got one that comes from the street, but you shouldn't have to worry about that, hopefully. But know where your gas is. If you ever have a smell gas or something, you may have to shut it off. At least for San Diego, when they say other places, if you shut off your gas, you need the gas company to turn it back on. Some people end up turning it on too fast, and then they dip relief valves, and they'll blow up the regulators, and then you got a problem there. So if you smell gas, then you may have to shut it off. But learn where your gas connections are. Learn where your water connection is. So in case of an emergency, you can shut off your gas and water. But they teach the basics. They say 72 hours supplies in your house just in case. In my case, I tell them I think you should have a week, because it might take longer than 72 hours, depending where you're at, to get the first responders out there. And you should be self-sufficient, because you never know. Like my case, even if I was a first responder, after a major disaster, you're still going to be concerned about your family. So unless you have your family out of the area where the disaster is, you're going to be concerned. And the disaster is severe enough, I don't think, nor will I blame first responders if they say, I can't do this, I need to take care of my family. So it's good for you to be ready for yourself. And because I'm not saying that we will help you out, but just in case, it takes a while. Here I'm almost at Alpine, so I'll find my parking at Alpine Library. It starts at 9, but they said to be there at 8:45 because there's a lot of people that are going to check us in. So I'll probably go in like 8:30 to start checking in. Drink my coffee here in the car and then go inside. It's hard for me to see who logged in, but thank you for coming in here. And the sun is glaring a little bit, so it's hard for me to make out the blue writing of who comes on. But I'll be parked soon, and then I can pay attention a lot more. Right now, I'm just doing a drive to Alpine Library, and then I'll park here and pay attention more. But as soon as I get there, I'll do the CERT training. So only, let's say, if you're 7 miles away, I thought it would take a lot longer, so I left a little earlier. I'm kind of glad I did. It's almost 8:15. I don't want to show up last minute. According to our coordinator, there's going to be a lot of people there, so that's why they said to check in at 8:45. We'll be there by 8:45, so we can check in and start at 9. But there's going to be that many people. That means parking is not going to be that good, so I'm kind of glad that I am. This guy was going to come over, so I had to slow down. I saw the blinker, he was going to wait for me. And so I want to get parking, so I'm going to get there early now. Is he going over or not? No, he's not. Okay. So as soon as I get Tavern Road, I know I'm almost there. CERT is a good program. You know, people do a lot in the community, and they don't have a CERT program in the city. They should go get a few people together and ask the city to start a CERT program. And they did training. They give examples of how Mexico City earthquake and people getting hurt, trying to help out. So what happens is people they show you don't do this, don't do that. If the city building is really damaged, they'll try to go in there because they can collapse on you, pull away. So usually if there's something like minor damage, like maybe a cracks here, you go and help people here. But if there's a major damage to a building, they say don't go in because you get collapsed on you. So they give good training there. So I would say just search your city's website, see if they got CERT. If not, and if it's something that might be good, get a few people that agree with you. Say, hey, that would be a good idea. Get with them. Maybe get a group and go to a city council meeting and suggest CERT training. Hey, why don't you start a CERT class to the fire department? Ours goes through the San Diego Fire Department. We have a good fire department here. Even though maybe our city council's not really the best, but at least when we had our fires here, nothing major, such as at least we had responders, we had fire units. We didn't cut our budget down to like 20% or 25% less for our firefight. We had water and hydrants, so whenever something happened here, they got on it real quick. We had the border fire, which was pretty big, but nothing's burning there. It's not like the LA did. So we got fire response. So it's a good city here for the first responders. So I'm almost hitting Alpine right now. Alpine's a nice area here. It's a few thousand feet. It's closer to Julian, where the earthquake was last week. So Tavern Road, that's my Alpine Tavern Road. That's my exit for the library. People I know said that Alpine felt it. Well, of course you're gonna feel it being that close. I barely felt anything. They gave us an alert saying earthquake, but that was after the earthquake. So I thought, so what were they sending us an alert for? Saying, hey, you just had an earthquake. I was like, well, thank you, Captain Obvious. I know there was an earthquake, a little shaking. Up here, I'm sure there's a lot of shaking. But it was like, oh, okay, but I'm in Alpine right now. So if Julian had ever had any these aftershocks, yeah, I might feel a little bit of that, but I won't nothing. Honestly, it's major. It's like, yeah, but I got my CERT backpack with me anyways in case needed. So next week when I'm helping at the academy, I'll be helping there a few hours, and then I'll be going to the what they call the go bag class. And it shows you what's the proper things what to put inside your CERT bag. Because this is a go bag. It's pretty much when they say, "Well, I only had what I was carrying on my bag." Well, it's pretty much the same way here. They kind of expect you to carry a lot of stuff. So what they do is they give you the bag here, and then you could this is my road, Alpine Street right here. All right, I'm almost at the library. Oh no, I need Alpine Boulevard. Oops, this ain't it. I needed to go again. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to do UE. Well, let me see if nobody's behind me. I saw Alpine, so I thought this was no, it's Alpine Street. I need Alpine Boulevard. Alpine Boulevard, not Alpine Street. I need to go around this corner again. Okay. Is it Alpine? Oh no, wait, fuck this. This is Alpine Boulevard. What the heck? What am I looking at? Yeah, it's hard to see. Put your sunglasses on, Joe, and then you can see these signs. Because I'm trying to see the chat without these sunglasses. And of course, well, it's not bad. I just go around the corner. I'll turn around. I see that the fire and rescue. That means that's the Alpine fire station there. So I'll just go up there, turn around the parking lot, then turn back here on Alpine Boulevard and get to the library. So let's see what my turn apart is. I'll get this. I'll turn around here. Does it let me through or not? Nope, I need to turn around right here. Yep, I can't get through, so I got to turn around. So this was at the Alpine fire station. So there. You see, yep. You know, thank you first responders all the time. Alpine Fire Protection District, Fire Station 17. So, yeah, I missed it. It's Alpine Boulevard, so I missed it. I was thinking that was Alpine Street. I said I got the sun right in my eyes here. So, they're not bad. Just take it up here and go there. Tavern Road. So, but yeah, these people are like, I got the people, they're not getting paid. When they do CERT training, the fire department here, they're doing it on their time. So I really appreciate all my the first responders doing this for us, because they give good training. They give the firefighter training there, saying here's what you do here, here's training here. So they're pretty good, and I do appreciate that they go out of the way, because I've had my CERT training class, and then I helped out at the other ones. As soon as I pass Jersey Mike's, and I'll be up to that library. That's this library right here. That was a quick one. Nice. So right now, coming into the Alpine Library for the training. So in our park, I'll be able to see more. Up, they're already here. San Diego County Fire. They're already here. Getting ready for the training. Alpine Veterans Hall Wall of Honor. It's good how they honor the veterans here. So I'm going to back in, because if I go in forward, I'm going to get a lot of sun on me. So I'm going to back in here. And then I can start seeing the questions here. Let's see who came on. It's hard to do that driving. Hopefully everybody's still on. I got 4, so I'll see who came on here. Let me get here parked. Straighten out, so others could come in here. Like I said, the sun is to our right here, so if I parked the regular way straight in, I would have had it coming right through the window here, so I don't want to risk glaring. But yeah, I got the Alpine Library in front of me. So let me finish parking. I didn't even bother putting any music on here because I don't want to get any kind of copyright. I had a copyright thing on one of my videos, and there wasn't even a music. I said I'm going to Jack in the Box or whatever. So I guess I mentioned name or showed it in the picture, and it gave a copyright. I got a little copyright warning, and it's still up there. I didn't get anything when I pressed it, but it just says copyright on the when you look for the channel. But let me see who's on right now. Slow charge, okay. Okay, oh, I see. Now I can put my eyes on, aka put my glasses on. Let's see. I see. Hi, Sonia. Hello, RJ. Baba Ing is on. Hey, hi. Hello, everybody. Let's see who else. Fida, MDV Karaoke. I'm not sure who's still on with 5 people, but good day, everyone. I'm here at the Alpine Library for my CERT continuing ed class. And Colson was here too. Susanna, I thought that's what I saw, but it's hard for me to see. The blue is hard to see when I was driving. Yeah, it does look nice. Nice weather right now, Sonia. It's pretty good. I forget what the temperature was, but it's pretty good here. I got a Cal Fire guy just walking by. He's probably doing the training here. But I'm gonna ask next week when I do help out at the academy if I can actually stream a feature academy, because that would give people an idea of what CERT training they give, at least in San Diego. Each location is different. Here they can give you training on what to do in case of heat stress and you get heat stress, heat exhaustion. So we're not a warm environment, but there's other areas they'll give. Let me see. How do I split screen this here? Let me see how do I split screen, because I want to split screen so people can see me too. Oh, yeah, that's just me. Oof. Ooh, who's the ugly guy on the screen? Let me go find a way to put. I did it before. I put a. How to do? Is this it? Nope, that's not it. No green screen. I don't know green screen. Let's see. No green screen. Uh oh. I don't want green screen. I'm messing up here. No green screen. I don't want green screen. Uh-oh, I messed this up. There we go. Ooh. Oh, I don't want no green screen. Get this green screen off. Can I go forward? Oh, no, that's messed up. I need to get this off here. How do I get this green screen off? Oh, there we go. Ooh. Yeah, I really messed this up, putting a lot of green. I got to find out what to do on this. I'm trying to... Good day, Mahamo Akao. Good day, Mocha. Vin Diesel. I said Vin Diesel with what, 50 pounds more, 40, 50 pounds more. Let's see. I'm not going to tinker around with this. I knew before I started, there was an option to do that. I don't know how to do it now. Oh, you want to see Vin Diesel with 40, 50 pounds more? There he is. Vin Diesel with 40 or 50 pounds more. But I did it before, where before I started, I was able to do a two, the picture in picture. I had myself and that, but I don't know how to do it when it's going here. But I know this is a little ways from the house, but I wanted the training here because I'm gonna look for maybe a possible female admin position somewhere. If I get enough training, maybe I can get they say I have enough quals, because whenever I get a chance, I go do the training courses on the FEMA training site, and having enough training, maybe they'll say, yeah, you got a lot of quals here, so yeah, let's hire you on, because I think it'd be a good position for me to do that. I wouldn't mind that. It's less strenuous. I do good on admin and logistics, so that'd be good for me there. But yeah, we got a veteran center here. We got Alpine urgent care next to right here next to there. I like how they honor the veterans here. That might be a veteran house right there. Here is the library. Alpine Library right there. Firefighters are here. I'll probably go inside about 8:35 to make sure I get a good seat. It's like 8:25 now, so I'm here in Alpine, California. They have a 4 stages of disasters training and a disaster preparedness and awareness. So I drove here to Alpine for my training, Sonia. So it's a 4-hour training from 9 to 1. So I got here, they say be here by 8:45 with a lot of people here, and I see there's a lot of cars out here. There's going to be a lot of probably busy, traffic going in and out, probably minimum seats. So I'm going to go and get inside about, like I said, about 22, quarter till. They say to register by quarter till. So I'll go inside a little bit sooner than that so I can get in line. And like I said, everybody's here already, and they're already getting in these seats. I backed in my spot here. One, it was actually a good idea so I can show you the library. This is Alpine Library. Thank you. I mean, yeah, it's like it's the regular like classroom training here at the library. Next week, I'm going to help out at the academy again. I'm not a patient this time like it was last time because I have training as well that day. So I'll be helping out at the academy. Then I will be doing 2 hours of training. Is when they give you a bag when you become an actual CERT member. They call it the Go bag. It's so you have the essentials on your back to help, if you got to shut off gas in your neighborhood because there's a lot of gas ruptures. Some bandages, because you got to help somebody before. Because we're going to be there before the probably first responders. Because in a major disaster, first responders are going everywhere. The first calls that come in are probably where they go. So unless you're like the first few and you're right next to a fire station, you might have to wait. So they got what's called the CERT, Community Emergency Response Team. So here they'd activate us either right away, or they say if you don't get any communications within 48 hours, assume you're getting activated. So well, I want to do that. So I'm going to ask next week if I can actually stream the training. And if I can stream, if not, I've got the manual, my student manual book. That was one of my things I want to do, is go through chapter by chapter and explain it. But if they'll let me actually stream it, well, that'd be pretty good too. But if they don't do that, Sonia, I'll just go through because I got my binder and everything. I think I did a little quick short. I say I'm going to start giving CERT training. So if I could stream it, I mean, those are the professionals who've been teaching it so long. And even though I've done instructor duty and taught classes in the Navy, I haven't done this class, so I'd have to read it a few more times. So if my coordinator next week says yes, then I'm going to do it like you suggested. Then I'll start doing it. And we'll probably have to ask everybody in class, hey, you mind this is getting streamed out for training? But I don't think nobody will object. But if they say no, I'll just do the training myself. I'll see what she says, but that was a good idea. So I want to do that because if anything, that might give people an idea to go to their city, say, hey, why don't we do training? Because there's different areas. If I was in the lowlands, like East Coast, they do training for, okay, here's what they do for a hurricane. Midwest, here's tornadoes. The area there in the Far East, you got to worry about, storms. You got to worry about tsunamis when they come in because there's a lot of lowlands. So I've seen news how Indonesian everybody's been get tsunamis. So there's a lot of training. You can want to train, but get to higher ground. Prepare this. Get to this level of this structure. Do not go here. And I actually wouldn't mind if this is kind of wishful thinking, but I wouldn't mind if people would, if they say, hey, can you do some kind of training here? And they flew me out to the city to do training. I found out what is your environment here is like, what disasters. I wouldn't mind doing that because you could Google what to do for disasters and you just got to teach it out to a good group. And I wouldn't mind that, but I'd have to be probably maybe an actual FEMA member in order to go out to areas to do training. But right now the city is doing this. The fire department here they sponsor the CERT here. So if federal did it like FEMA, it could go all over the country. But good day, Malo Dynamite. But I wouldn't mind having a job where I was going out giving, disaster training here. Here's what to do for this. Here's some first aid to do. I mean, you're not going to do open heart surgery. You're not going to do, like I said, tracheotomy if somebody's got it. Your purpose here with CERT and everything is you need to do the most good for the most people. So if I was, okay, Sonia, since you're here, I'm going to put you in the spotlight. Let's say I was going around seeing a disaster and I saw you got hurt. Well, you're bleeding here. Well, I'm going to go take my first aid gear. I can't stay with you the whole time, but I'm going to put bandages. I'm going to bandage you up and make sure you go. If I see, this is what's bad, which I understand because you're not doing the most good. If you found somebody unconscious and you say, oh, well, they're not breathing. So you try to open up their airway. So you do the head tilt method and you try to, okay, they're breathing. Okay, good. You can put them in like in a recovery or have somebody there with them, make sure their airway stays open. They don't, you don't do CPR because you're spending, moment you start CPR, you have to stay with that person. And the purpose of CERT is to do the most good for the most people. So only thing I'd be able to do is try to open your airway. And I tried again, and maybe even a third time. I think try it twice, but maybe a third or fourth time. If I couldn't get your airway open, you're not breathing, I'm gonna have to assume that maybe you're dead, and I have to move on to the next person. If I get your airway open and you're breathing here, then now I go to the next person. And if there's somebody there too, I can say, hey, can you keep an eye on this person and make sure they don't move and their breathing close or the airway closed again, they stop breathing. If they do, here's a tilt chin that method. So what we do, hey, good day, Doc, Charlie J. So what we'll do is, it's not a CPR because CPR, you got to stay with that person. And if you're staying with one person for, let's say, 30 minutes, there might be 30 people that you could have been helping out. So that's why CERT training is the most good for the most. If I saw somebody with, let's say they had a leg amputated, I could try to put a tourniquet on them, put a bandage tourniquet and move on if they're still up, if it's just recently. But after so much blood loss, there's nothing you can do, no matter how much you can try to stop bleeding. But after enough blood loss, you're not going to start. They say at 40%, it's like it's a lost cause. If somebody's losing a lot of blood, unless you're getting some kind of blood in them, it's a lost cause. But if I see somebody injured, I'll try to real quickly put the bandages on them, stop the bleeding, put some pressure bandage. If it's not many, you can try to do tourniquet, but you put the time of the tourniquet, but then you can't stay with them the whole time because there's a lot more people needing help. And that's the only bad part about it, is you're going to feel bad, because that's what they say the psychology about this is, because even responders helping out, they go through stress and psychology issues too, because you could only help out so many people. You can't help everybody out. So you would, like I said, I would go try to help people out. I get bandages on and move on to the next person. And then the first responders, eventually the ambulance would come around, and we'd either get them, they either immediately, first ones to get, we got what's called walking wounded. They're injured, but they can move. So, okay, they're not serious there. There's some that are injured. So, okay, here's an immediate here. We need help now. Here's, okay, delayed. They were bleeding. You put a bandage on them. You can wait till the ones who are going to go through shock and everything, the ambulance finally show up. They'll grab them. And then you got the ones that you can't help out. So, but it's good training. But like I say, it kind of goes on your mind thinking like, man, I want to help out as many people as I can, but you can only help out so many. So they teach you how to, we did the first aid there. I learned it in the Navy too, but it's good. You always refresh training, because if you don't do training, you're going to forget. And so I said, oh, good, first aid training. Last time I had any kind of first aid training was before I retired from the Navy in the early 2000s. So I said, CERT was here. I said, this is good training. I wanted to do this because I was looking on USA Jobs. I saw Emergency Operations Center positions, but I had no training from the Navy. And so I said, well, I want to do that, but I don't have the position here. So I wanted to volunteer to do Emergency Operations Center for San Diego. Well, COVID's going on, and they're like, well, we can't get any volunteers here because, the restrictions. You can't do this, can't do that. So I'm like, darn it. So I went to look it up again, and I saw CERT training. Oh, what is this CERT training? I read it. Oh, I like this. So I signed up for the CERT training, and last year, Thanksgiving time frame, I had my CERT Academy. So I went through here, had my training, you got to do 3-hour continuing education hours. So easy part was if you do what's called an IS 100, IS 200, IS 700, IS 800, that's considered as 2 of the 3, because every 2 you did, you got credit as one continuing education hour, Con Ed hour. So I had those things done right away. So that was 2/3 of it done. So I had another training. I got it. So I got my ID number. I got my backpack with my gear. I put my other gear in it too. And so if it got a disaster, I respond. And Last year when we had our floods, they had CERT responding at the the evac centers, because they're not going to put us in harm's way. So they had us at the evac center, checking people in. And I wasn't a CERT member then, so I didn't get activated. And this earthquake, if this earthquake was worse, then they probably would have activated us. But being it wasn't that bad of an earthquake. Hey, PVC, how's it going? Long time. But yeah, well, so I try to get first aid training again if you can. I saw the Red Cross come out here. I saw a couple fire department personnel here. And if you can get it, yeah, get it. I mean, I said Red Cross does it here. American Lung Association, I'm not sure if when you do CPR here, how much they charge or what. But like I said, you can learn that. Wow, I'm getting a lot of people show up now. I'm glad I got here when I did. It is getting crowded a lot. It's only 8:37 now. So I went here and I was just like, hey, I want to do this training. And they did there, and I participated. They're like, okay, no, Joe, no, don't ask. I want somebody else to answer the question, because they give you the student manual. But what I did ahead of time was I printed out my own manual. So I was reading ahead, because I always like to read ahead. Oh, training is always good, PBC. You can never have too much training. It's even if you've had it, and it refreshes you. And you're like, oh, I forgot this part here. Be like, oh, I got training on my car, but oh, wait, I forgot. I need to get gas too. So you always get training. You can never have too much training. So I'm hoping that enough of this training's here that I'll get maybe a FEMA position will open up, or an emergency operations center position will open up, and I can apply for that thing. I've had CERT training. I've had all these other continuing education classes. I've done casualty and disasters and emergency responses in the military. Hopefully all that comes together, and then I could go have a good chance of getting a different position here. So I don't mind the logistics side, doing that, logistics admin. It's like like I said, I can't lift up a lot of stuff, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But as far as coordinating, I could do that. I've streamlined my office at the base. They had everything just cluttered everywhere. I streamlined it into folders, sections, nicer. Now they got all these binders with this. Instead of combining 5 different things in a binder, I got individual binders. I got it set by date. So, of course, Navy, no thank you for that, but whatever, no big deal. So I don't mind doing it. I like doing it. It keeps your mind active. That's why they say people who do crosswords, word search. As long as you keep your mind active, you're good to go. I don't want to be sluggish, slouching down, not doing anything. But so, everybody's really getting here. But so I got everybody going in. So probably in a few minutes, I'll go inside the library. And like I said, I'm going to ask our coordinator next week if I can but if I can stream a future training, because they got what's called hybrid classes. Also, the main class is going to go on at the end of the year again, because they had one class I helped out on. Then they would do hybrids through the year, and then it's like once in springtime, once in the fall, they'll do the actual full class. Others have been doing hybrid. And good day, RJ. And I don't want to just go, because it's a 6:30 to 8:30 or so at night. And, I can't do that. When I get off work, I want to get home because I got to go to work the next day. And it's like twice a week, being it's only a couple hours. They got like 9 different classes, not 5. I said, that'd be too much. But I don't mind going into the training facility, doing it on the weekends here, like I did the previous one. So I'm going to ask her for that. Hey, can I stream it? And if she says, yeah, then I'm going to stream it. Everybody can see CERT training. But otherwise, like you were suggesting, Sonia, I'll just do it myself. I got my manual. I'll just give training. Go through the manual, give the training, explain it here, show what to do for your car kit. Oh, I didn't figure my finger was across there. I'm trying to show more stuff here. Respond to what by here. And so, like I said, they say no, I'll just do it myself. I'll just go through the book. I got my folder. Like I said, I printed out the binder. I did the whole thing there. And if I got to do that, I'll do that. But yeah, try to look for your city if they got it. It's good. Like I said, here they wasn't required that you had to be on there or pay it. So here they just give people the training, because even if you're not a actual CERT community member, you get the training. That's less help that you're going to need if something goes on. if you have a disaster, you've already prepared. You know how to prepare your family. You know how to you shut off the gas to your house because you broke a line. You smelled gas. You you got injured. Your family got injured. So instead of just sewing on me, just throw a quick band-aid on. Okay, I did pressure here. I did that here. Elevate the arm or elevate the leg. Put the bandage on it. Pressurize. Okay, stop bleeding here. So the more you could do for yourself, the more you'll be good before the first responders can show up. So I say any kind of training is good. Like the mine I searched, somebody asked me on one of my, because it was the earthquake, and I posted about the video when we had our earthquake here on somebody's ring. We had earthquake. So everybody's posting on ring that there's an earthquake. So I put my post of, yes, we had an earthquake here. Go for CERT training. Do this. Try to get CERT. They'll give you training what to do for this. And if you say, hey, I like this, become a member, full member. Don't just get the training. And about 1:45, everybody's walking in, so it looks like I may have to go in soon. So I'm just hoping that everybody didn't just hear me go on. And those that came on earlier saw the scenic here of going through the freeway where it was at. Got an idea of CERT and maybe looking into your city for CERT. And like I said, it's different locations that have different training. Mine is like the mine here. You'd have fires out here. I'm not worrying about tsunamis too much out here. If that was a slightly covered, but you got fires out here. We got high heat. Like the East Coast has hurricanes, Midwest got tornadoes. There's other countries got to worry about tsunamis, flooding. So we had to worry about flooding too. When the storms come in, you get Louisiana got flooding, Texas got flooding. They had a cold spell where the power went off, and you got to be ready for that. So you have your supplies there. So yep, there you go. Wildfire, wow. Yeah, I mean, ours wasn't that bad here. We had it. The border fire was a little bad, but it wasn't extreme like up in LA. LA was bad, and the worst thing of that was they don't have the supplies. They didn't let them repair their stuff. They were down 20 or 25% of their emergency vehicles. No water in the hydrants, and well, we had our supplies here good, but everybody's going in now. So I think I'm gonna get ready to cut this off. Thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate it, and hopefully I can start streaming the CERT training in the fall. Everyone have a good day. Thank you for being here, and have a great weekend. Let's see, where is the exit? Okay, bye everyone.